I'm Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale, and I think I can change your life forever.
There is a story untold. Your future, your happiness. There is a voice that offers nature's lessons now when they are needed the most. Since 1993, a joy has been drawn from watching people just like you beat stress, become creative, and even get their sense of humor back. Ladies and gentlemen, the next voice you hear will change your life forever. Now, here is the chaplain of the Lighter Than Air Ministries, the good chaplain, Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale. I'm here at the Lighter Than Air Ministries here in Northern California. Thank you for joining us on our show, The Spiritual Side of Cannabis. Life is better if you have a spiritual side to your life. The mysticism, the incense, all the elements which brought you into the Christian faith, or the sense of community and the language of those of you who are Jewish, we welcome you. Those of you who are Muslims, we welcome you. The readings of all these religions bring to bear the power of community. And our community is here. We find it in the vapors and the smoke rising above us. We find it in the camaraderie we feel in participating in something that was for so long illegal, where mum was the word and we never mentioned anybody's name, or God forbid we would say where we bought our marijuana. Now you say you went to the store and you tried this versus that, and you went to the store, the dispensary, and purchased marijuana. Isn't that amazing in our lifetime? The people who worked long and hard on this, people like Dennis Perrone and Jack Herer, these people paid the price for what we now enjoy. And, you know, I'm sure you understand that incarceration, Lord, I know, incarceration punishes you forever. It's not just while you're there. It's the sound of that door closing at night. It stays with you forever. And the people are so important around you. Still, we have a sense of isolation. Still, there's a stigma to marijuana. I know that in our work with the hospices, the number one thing is people don't want other people to know they're using marijuana, even though their life is short. They do not want that stigma applied to them in any form. The complexity of modern life is such that we have to take these moments and enjoy them. Here we are approaching the middle of June already. Summer's already underway. I have a feeling that this is going to be the summer of your life. This is going to be the summer of 2019. I know my fellow baby boomers can't believe it. As a child, I used to think about what life would be like at the turn of the century, when the millennium turned. And I thought that would be a big milestone, that would be a big moment in my life for some reason. I used to think about how old I would be at that time and what my life would be like. And I have to tell you, life has thrown some curveballs. You know, the curveball is a very difficult pitcher to hit because it starts off coming at you. I mean, for a pitcher, for a player to hit, because it comes at you straight at you. You see it approaching at 90 miles per hour, this little sphere coming right at you, and you're certain you'll be able to strike it with a piece of wood 3 or 4 inches wide. Well, and it doesn't always happen. I know I've told quite a few people about, over the years, my tryout for baseball when I was a young man. And I went to try out originally for the Pawtucket Red Sox, the Paw Sox. And I received a chance to try out instead for the Mets. The Mets were in the cellar at the time, as they always were, and they were a very colorful team. And they had, for years, the manager was Casey Stengel, one of my very favorite baseball people. I actually know very little about him, but I know a lot about him because I watched him every day I could on Yankees baseball when he was there, and Mets baseball. He drew me to Mets baseball when I was a kid. But then Yogi Berra took over, and of course Yogi has all these yogi-isms, and it was getting late early for me. I was already getting on in years, but I thought my baseball skills might be in some way helpful. And so I went to try out, and I still have the sheet that Mr. Berra filled out on me. It says New York Metropolitans, the real name of the Mets. It said my number at the time, 77. And it said all glove, no stick. I just couldn't hit major league pitching. You see, because it comes at you as a straight pitch, you think you know what you're looking at. And then it takes a left or a right or it dips down. So much like life itself. I think that's perhaps in many ways why baseball is so acceptable. It's a slow sport. Not everyone likes it. It's a very slow sport. But nature has made this sport enjoyable to us because it's slow and it offers a lot of the same looks at life as does life itself. I think that's why baseball appeals to people. I have friends, my friend Oli, for instance, he's from Switzerland, and the pace of it, he's lived his whole life watching soccer or football, or whatever you want to call it. And the pace of that game is as frantic as life itself now. I hope that each and every one of you will take a moment and enjoy this summer. I hope each and every one of you will take a moment and look across and see, while standing on the beach, see if you can see beyond the horizon. For you see, there's information for you there. I love the beach. I love the fact that when I leave, I always feel invigorated or in some way enlivened. And I for years gave it to the negative ions. You know, negative ions, these electrically charged particles, seem to affect your life positively. They're only called negative, but they are positive. And I've even tried negative ion generators, and I feel, perhaps it's the, placebo effect. I'm not sure, but I feel a richness to my life when I leave the beach. I feel a depth to my life, and I believe that's the negative ions. I believe these are nature's ways of rejuvenating you. And when I stand on the beach, looking out across the water, physics tells me I can only see 13 miles. The horizon for me is 13 miles away. But as I rise up, as I get higher off the beach, I can see beyond that first horizon. I can see beyond it to a world that's waiting and beckoning me to be part of it. I know that I've spoken to people who later have ended it all. When you're terminally ill, you feel that that's a right that you have, and California has affirmed that, but they make you go through all this rigmarole to do so. But it's all about getting the right perspective. You have to come off the beach and live in the world above the beach, above the sea. And there you look into the future a little bit. Just a little bit. But you're still part of it. You're still viewing it. And I hope that you'll enjoy this summer. I hope that you'll understand that this summer is going to be important to you as a person, important to our environment, important to our world. The excitement offered by all the variety in life is so important, and I hope that you have a way to enjoy it in your life. This week here at the ministry, we've lost so many people. People we were helping, people who were terminally ill, seem to have gone. The hot weather precipitates it. The hot weather with the medicine works in strange ways that even the pharmaceutical companies can't explain. If you're ill and taking medicine, please be on the watch out for dehydration. Please be on the watch out for feelings that you feel like your body's getting cold or numb, or that you're suffering from a heat stroke. And heat strokes is just like any other stroke. I hope that you'll follow through and become part of our ministry. It's an electronic ministry. There's nothing for you to do, but we believe in the future of marijuana. We want this positive narrative to start on marijuana. We believe that music and marijuana together create a perfect pairing. And once you've made that spiritual decision to allow the vapors of marijuana to enter your brain, you're already there. You already understand nature's ways and how nature has drawn you to this. And it's important. Join with us. Enjoy that perfect pairing of nature. Listen to your music and kick back and get high. It's important. On that, I want to say thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to us. Thank you for understanding that we are a ministry of beauty and grace and the lovely side of life. And we know the hard part. We see it each day. But we also know that there's a wonderful, wonderful way of living your life. Stress-free. I just want to say shout out to the family, Tremblay. Our thoughts are with you. Your dad was a wonderful man. It was our pleasure and honor to be around him and serve him. Revel in his life of what it was, and not his final days with the pain and the anguish. You know, your dad was somebody who says to us something funny that we hear all the time. Not only do you say, why did I use this marijuana stuff? Why did I wait so long to use it? It's such a great thing, better than beer. I never thought I'd hear that from him. But it's also creates a spiritual moment in your life. Unlike any other thing. It's nature's way. Music and marijuana. If you have troubles, go to your music. If you feel down, go to your music. If you feel lost and alone, go to your music, the soundtrack of your life. As I leave you today, I always like to leave with hope. And as you go through your life, there's going to be moments when you need mercy more than anything. And I hope you find it. And as you travel through life, I hope that you'll always go with grace. Thank you. Good night from the Lighter Than Air Ministries. Get in touch. We can help you. Good night.
And with that, this ministry, like no other, bids you good night. If you need additional information, want to offer your testimony, or need to consult with chaplain or any member of our ministry, visit our contact page and email the ministry, and we will be in touch. We care about you, and as always, until next week, may you go with grace.